Up, co-reporters, welcome back to my channel. Listen, this is a video for my premium channel members, my VIP channel members. So if you want to go ahead and join us for the full video, make sure to hit that join button down below. We're going to be recapping Kail's podcast as usual. So in this video, we are recapping her Coffee Convos podcast, where she spilled a little bit of tea. Just some FYI, you guys. Typically, Kail, when she first started these podcasts, she was spilling tea. She was singing like a damn canary. It used to be hype. But then she started slowing down. I know she had a lot of beef with, the various baby daddies, Chris Lopez, most recently leading to him leaking her alleged fifth unclaimed child. And then Javi had threatened her as well. There has been a lot of drama going on here. So I think that might be why she slowed down. But she's slowly getting back to it, because let me tell you something. When Kail does not spill tea about about herself or her baby daddy situation on her podcast, the episodes are not interesting. Okay. So I imagine that the listenership had been decreasing. And so she's like, okay, let me go back to spilling that tea. So let's start off with her situation with her mom. Us teen mom viewers know that Kail's had a very unfortunate upbringing. Her mother's name is Suzi. Kail actually refers to her as Boozy Suzi throughout this podcast. A little controversial, but listen, what can you do? And she said that she's actually quite ready to go looking for her because she wants some answers about her childhood. So she started off this conversation by talking about the books that she published. I think this was particularly in reference to her first book, Pride Over Pity. I almost said pity over pride, and that was not being me being shady. That was just me being a little bit of an airhead in the moment. You know what I'm thinking about? I was eating these mini dried sausages, I think, and these this really good aged cheddar cheese. I'm like, oh man, I want to go back and buy some more. So that's what I'm thinking about. But anyway, so in that book, she says that she had to actually get people in her life to sign off to some of the stories that she was telling Joe's mom. And Joe is actually her first baby daddy, Joe Rivera. His mother did not sign off for this one particular part of the book. And Kail brings this up to say that her mom, she's curious to know about her mom's version of events for her childhood. And she actually feels like her mom would almost even tell the truth. And she feels that her mom at least isn't super scared of Kail's version of events being out there, because she signed off on literally everything that Kail had to say about her childhood in the book. Which, here's my thing. I'm like, okay, this woman is an alcoholic, and she's been an alcoholic for decades, right? At this point. So I doubt she even read the thing. I think she probably just thought it was something to sign, and she signed it for that reason. You know what I mean? I don't think she really thought that deep into what it is that Kail was going to say. Maybe she thought that signing it would bring Kail back around and maybe get Kail's money flowing. I don't know, but I don't think she signed it out of the goodness of her heart or after reading it. To be honest, if I were a betting woman, which I'm not, I'm too cheap to bet. I would bet that woman has never read a damn word of that book, to be honest with you. Now, back to the subject of Kail wanting to look for her mother. In this podcast, it was actually her friend Lindsay who was pressing this, which was quite interesting to me. She agreed with Lindsay that, okay, she gives her permission to go looking for her mom. So obviously this is going to be schlepped on the assistant, Kristen, who handles all aspects of their lives, to go looking for Suzi. And Kail says she just wants to hear her mom's version of events about her childhood. And she's not going to be in the room as Suzi recounts her version of events. She feels like her presence might influence the outcome, which is true, right? Typically, people do censor themselves when certain people are around them. And she wants Lindsay to go ahead and interview the woman for their Coffee Convos podcast. And they not only want it to be an audio interview for the podcast listeners, but they want it to be in video form as well, because they just feel like this is going to be something that needs to be seen to be believed, which is I don't think it's that deep, to be honest with you. The girls aren't caring about T-Mom the way that they used to care about T-Mom, So audio, video, it's not going to be a break the internet sort of a moment. So let's simmer down a little bit. Let's track her down first and worry about the rest of that later. Now, a little bit later on in the episode, Kail goes into like her dating and whatnot, her dating history, certain things about the men that she's dated or married that have made her feel quite insecure. And then she gets into why she has so many kids. She's tapping into the subconscious reason that might be behind that. But like I said, this is a channel member exclusive. So if you want to listen to the full recap and break down the rest of this video, make sure to hit that join button and become a channel member. But for the rest of it, what do you think about all this stuff that Kail is bringing up on her podcast? Is it a smart idea for her to bring her mom around? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as usual, we'll chat.